Hi all, welcome to our new video. Today we are going to see different types of quadrilaterals. So first of all, recall what you learned, what you mean by a quadrilateral. Quad. Quad stands for four. So for a quadrilateral, we have four vertices, four sides and four angles. So four-sided closed polygon is known as a quadrilateral. What is a quadrilateral? Four-sided closed polygon is known as quadrilateral. Okay. Four-sided closed polygon is known as quadrilateral. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D is a quadrilateral. Here A, B, C, D. Here A, B, C, D also a quadrilateral. Then here also A, B, C, D. Another quadrilateral. Okay. So like this we will get quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals means a four-sided closed figure. Okay. Four-sided polygon is known as quadrilateral. A quadrilateral will have four vertices, four sides and four angles. Here also another type of quadrilateral. Here also another type of quadrilateral. So here these all are the angles of this quadrilateral. What about the angles? Always in this polygon all the angles will be less than 180 degree. Okay, less than 180 degree. Such quadrilaterals are known as convex quadrilaterals. Okay. If all the angles are less than 180 degree, such a quadrilateral are known as convex quadrilateral. Now suppose, look into these two quadrilaterals. Here one angle. What about this angle? This angle is clearly it is more than 180, isn't it? This angle is more than 180, like that here this angle also more than 180. If one angle of the quadrilateral is more than 180 degree, it is known as concave quadrilateral. Okay, if one angle of the quadrilateral is more than 180 degree, it is known as concave quadrilateral. So, the quadrilateral again subdivided into two types. Which are the quadrilaterals? Concave and convex. There are some other interesting categorization on quadrilaterals. Now just we are going to focus on this convex quadrilaterals. Okay. One type of convex quadrilateral is trapezium. Okay. What do you mean by trapezium? One pair of opposite sides are parallel and other two sides are non-parallel. Such a quadrilateral is known as trapezium. Okay. So here all the angles less than 180 degree means this one is a convex quadrilateral, and in a trapezium the opposite sides, one pair of opposite sides will be parallel and the other pair will remain non-parallel. Such a quadrilateral is known as trapezium. In a trapezium itself, that non-parallel sides, sometimes it will have same length. These two sides are parallel and these two sides are non-parallel. If the length of, suppose that this is a trapezium A, B, C, D. In this AB is parallel to DC, and in some cases the length of BC will be the same as length of AD. That means these two sides will have same length. Such trapeziums are known as isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. So what is a trapezium? Trapezium is a convex quadrilateral in which a pair of opposite sides are parallel and other two sides are non-parallel. If the non-parallel sides of the trapezium are equal in length, we can call that as an isosceles trapezium. Now let us see next type of convex quadrilateral. Okay, that is parallelogram. In a parallelogram, the pair of opposite sides will be parallel. In a quadrilateral, if the pair of opposite sides are parallel, we can call that as parallelogram. So, how a parallelogram look like? ABCD. We can name this quadrilateral as ABCD. Clearly, ABCD has four vertices, 4 angles and 4 sides. Clearly, it is a quadrilateral. One more specialty is there for this quadrilateral. What is that? Pair of opposite sides are parallel. Okay. So, here AB is parallel to DC and BC is parallel to AD. That means pair of opposite sides are parallel. Such a quadrilateral is known as parallelogram. Okay, hope this one is clear. In a quadrilateral, if the pair of opposite sides are parallel, we can call that as parallelogram. Okay. Now, in a parallelogram, if all the angles are 90 degree, it is known as rectangle. In a parallelogram, if all the angles are 90 degree. So, ABCD is a parallelogram since AB and DC are parallel and BC and AD are parallel, isn't it? AB is parallel to BC and BC is parallel to AD in this one. Not only that, all the angles is equal to 90 degree. All the angles of this parallelogram became 90 degree. The figure became like this. And this is called a rectangle. Okay. So, rectangle is a parallelogram. Okay. Rectangle is a parallelogram. What is the specialty in that? All the 4 angles will be equal to 90 degree. Okay. Next type of parallelogram is rhombus. So what is a rhombus? In a parallelogram, if all the 4 sides are equal, we can call that as rhombus. So ABCD is a parallelogram in that adjacent sides will have a equal length. So AB and BC will have a same length. BC and DC will have same length. Like that CD and AD will have a same length. Adjacent sides of a parallelogram have equal length. We can call that a parallelogram as rhombus. Okay. So rhombus also a parallelogram with all the 4 sides have equal length. Not only equal length, it is a parallelogram, isn't it? So, what about the pair of opposite sides? It will be parallel. So, rhombus is a parallelogram in which adjacent sides will have equal length. So, parallelogram is a convex quadrilateral, and parallelogram means two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. In that parallelogram, if all the angles become 90 degree, then it will become a rectangle. And in a parallelogram, if adjacent sides have equal length, it will become a rhombus. In a rhombus, all the four sides will have a same length. Opposite sides will be parallel also. Okay. Quadrilateral divided into two, concave quadrilateral and convex quadrilateral. Now we are focusing on the convex quadrilateral, that divided into trapezium and parallelogram. And in parallelogram, pair of opposite sides will be parallel. In that parallelogram, if all the angles are 90 degree, it will become a rectangle. And if adjacent sides have equal length, it will become a rhombus. Parallelogram, if adjacent sides have equal length, it will become a rhombus. Okay, so in a rhombus, all the four sides will have a same length. Now, combine this rectangle and rhombus. Okay. Rectangle plus rhombus, what you will get? Rectangle means in a parallelogram, all the four angles are 90 degree each. In a rhombus, adjacent sides are same. So, rhombus means all the four sides are equal, and rectangle means all the angles are 90 degree. If we combine that two properties, what you will get? You will get a square. Okay. So, what do you mean by a square? Square means if all the four angles are 90 degree and adjacent all the four sides have equal length, we will call that as a square. So, square is a rhombus, square is a rectangle, and not only that, square is a parallelogram also. Okay. So, once again, quadrilateral divided into two, concave and convex. Then, convex quadrilateral means all the angles of the quadrilateral is less than 180 degree. First type is, so what is that one? That was trapezium. In trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Other two sides are non-parallel. If the non-parallel sides are equal in length, that we will call as isosceles trapezium. Then a second categorization is parallelogram. Parallelogram means in a quadrilateral, if opposite sides are parallel to each other, two pairs of opposite sides are parallel, then it is called a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, just shift that and make the angles 90 degree. Okay, so that will become a rectangle. So rectangle also a parallelogram, and special name is rectangle. Okay, like that. If in a parallelogram, if the adjacent sides are equal, adjacent sides are equal means AB and BC are equal. Like that, BC and DC are adjacent sides, so that also will have same length. Like that, DC and AD are adjacent sides, that also will have a same length. That means in a parallelogram, if all the four sides have equal length, it is known as rhombus. Okay. Now combine that to rectangle and rhombus. In a rhombus, all the four sides are equal, and in a rectangle, the angles will be 90 degree. What we will get? We will get the square. So what about this square? This square is a parallelogram. Square is a rhombus. Square is a rectangle also. Okay. Now, one more type of convex quadrilateral we will see. What is that? All are familiar with that. What is that one? All are familiar with the, in childhood days you may be played that one. Kite, isn't it? So, what is the shape of the kite? It will have four sides, isn't it? A, B, C, D. Four sides are having for a kite. What is this one? Kite. What is the speciality of the kite? It will have four sides, so it is a quadrilateral. Not only that, these two sides will have a equal length, and these two sides also will have a equal length. So, pair of adjacent sides are equal in length. Such a quadrilateral, this shape, such a quadrilateral is known as kite, isn't it? A, B, C, D. So these two sides will have a equal length. These two sides also will have a equal length for a kite. That also which a convex quadrilateral. Okay. So again, once again recalling, quadrilateral divided into two, concave and a convex quadrilateral. Concave means in a quadrilateral, if one angle is more than 180 degree, it is called a concave quadrilateral. And if all the angles are less than 180 degree, we will call that as a convex quadrilateral. Convex quadrilateral again divided. Now we are focusing on only to this convex quadrilateral this time. So first classification, trapezium. Trapezium means in a quadrilateral, if one pair of opposite sides are parallel, it is known as a trapezium. Other two sides will be non-parallel. If the non-parallel sides are equal in length, it is known as isosceles trapezium. Next categorization, parallelogram. Parallelogram means two pairs of opposite sides are parallel to each other. In a parallelogram, if all the angles are 90 degree, it is known as a rectangle. In a parallelogram, if all the sides are equal in length, it is known as a rhombus. In a parallelogram, if all the sides are equal and all the angles are 90 degree, it is known as a square. So square is a rhombus, square is a rectangle, square is a parallelogram also. Okay, so next convex type of convex quadrilateral is kite. That also which is shaped quadrilateral. So that also we will see how in a kite the pair of adjacent sides will have a same length. So like this the shape of the kite. These two sides are equal and these two sides are equal in length. That's all about different types of quadrilaterals. Now we will see the properties of each quadrilateral in the next video.